What up, everybody? This is Super Mike. Just a few thoughts. I'm going to talk about the flooding in Texas, and I want to connect it with the breakdown in the political structure. So, remember the flooding and the hurricane that happened in, I believe, South Carolina, and it destroyed a lot of the infrastructure of those sundown towns there. It's just interesting. The same situation is happening in Middle Texas, and I think that's near San Antonio, Kern County, what have you. The Guadalupe River flooding and killing people. We've been seeing postings of hurricanes, tornadoes, and this is, to me, see, it's not that these storms occur only, which is part of it. And people want to say global warming. Okay, that's fine. But if you remember, the problem is societies that are weak and break down, especially in things like the Bible and things like that. A lot of societies are destroyed because of what they would call acts of God or natural disasters. And because they don't know how to bounce back, they don't know how to respond. A lot of times they get signs of this, but they don't know how to, because they're too rebellious. And when good times are happening, they're not investing properly in what is right to do. So when the bad times happen, they don't know how to survive and maintain. So, it's interesting how it's just so blatant that they're taking the money and the resources, which they should have gave black folks already, which we're owed and deserve. We got to have control of the resources we have. We pay taxes, so there should be zero controversy in Black American getting our reparations directly for us, not for nobody else. Just for the Black American who descend from slavery era people. We should have our reparations because, number one, we pay for all our reparations in taxes anyway. So they overtax us, and then they don't give us control of our money so that we can redirect our money into the schools. We got to protest and scream for our money, and then when we protest, they say stop begging. After they done stole our money and stole our labor and then didn't deliver the proper services that we expect. So anyway, payback is a mother. That's the reason why, they show all these pictures of black folks sitting it out while the city burns. Yeah, all we got to do is focus on what's important to us, though. They show pictures of people in Chicago, so-called. They want to show all of these negative things of black folks when, in our dysfunction and our stupidity, we're killing our own people. And most of the people who are killing our own people are the ones who would never listen to good teaching anyway. These are the people who don't want to hear it. When you're trying to teach good knowledge and information, tell them to go ahead and make sure your children read things of the history of our people, all these kind of things. These are the people who don't want to hear that. And so they're dumb as fuck. Sorry, they're dumb. And then they go ahead and you see their behavior reflect their mindset. It's stupid behavior. So, while we try to reach people like this, we're told that, we're extra violent. Meanwhile, you have to live in areas that's mostly dominated by white people, and you see the stupid white crimes that they have. They're always killing each other in these little small towns, raping each other, and doing meth, especially in these little wooded areas, Yuba City and, Sacramento and Redding, California, and Reno, California. Look up the crimes in those little areas. Utah, all these weirdo stuff, Idaho. but they don't mass report that because, you know, the object is to keep the focus on how bad black folks are doing. You know, we can't keep falling for those type of psyop technologies. So I just wanted to touch on that. Tell me what you think. And I'm going to try to keep posting a little bit more on this channel. I do want everybody to understand, you know, I did a video on the black identity. Make sure you watch that because it is important for us to, you know, just to keep the knowledge on. A lot of us get, especially when we get older, we get sick of the same arguments, but we got to remember that it's always new generations coming up. They don't know this stuff. If you don't teach the good history every generation, then these, you know, they will lose it and they will be, you know, they'll be led astray. So that's it. Let me know what you think. Peace.